Son.
Hey guys, welcome back to Building Ghana's Future, a place where we build homes for Africa and her children. As always, we thank the Most High for blessing us with a beautiful day. My name is Teddy, for those of you that don't know me. So today we're going to be discussing what follows up after you are done with your beautiful block work. I had mentioned in previous videos that, all that block work, it's a fun time and you enjoy it while you can, because today is the day that we're going to be covering it all up. So it's filling. Filling is the next step, all right, after your beautiful block work. We're going to cover it all up and, yeah, compact it and then move on to the next step from there. Okay, so stay tuned and enjoy. So, we're done with our block work. My guys did a fantastic job putting all this block work together. I mean, it's just amazing looking at what they've done and what you can actually accomplish, and then at what price point that you can accomplish what you see in your view right now. All right. I'm gonna make a separate video kind of talking about the how much it costs and whatnot, anything financial. All right. So in this section, we're more so just looking at what happens step by step, how the building comes together to be the final product that we always see in pictures and whatever it is, wherever it is that you see it. All right, so block work is done, looking beautiful. Guys did a great job. Next is to bring in the soil. All right, now before we put any soil inside of the block work, inside of the home, to fill the foundation, very important step that you have to tackle here is to make sure that you have bitumen painting. It's for waterproofing. All right, so bitumen is this black paint that you see in the picture right now. That's going to be applied on all the outside of the blocks. All right, everywhere on the exterior walls, it will cover that. Now you can put it on the interior walls as well if you have any leftovers or you choose to. But the whole point of this bitumen is to waterproof. This is pretty much what we use as asphalt in the West. All right, they mix it with the rocks and pave your roads. All right, so it's very thick and durable, but it's perfect for your roofing, for your foundation, and it helps you keep water out of your foundation. Okay, all right, so once that is done, now we bring in our heavy equipment to try to minimize cost. All right, so yes, we want to give people work, and we are doing that. There are a whole lot of people on site, as you will see in the videos, um, helping the machine get to areas that obviously the machine cannot get to. All right. The one thing that I did learn in the whole process is that you have to know when to use, um, you know, manpower and when to use heavy set equipment, especially if you're price conscious. Okay. Um, I don't know if you know me or not, but I'm not a billionaire as or a millionaire as my friends in the U.S. would like to think. I'm just a regular guy trying to make it. All right? So the whole point of bringing the machine in is to save some money. Okay, when you look at the cost of hiring a machine to come load the soil, um, dump it, in your block work, and then also have the manpower distribute that soil to all the interior areas, like areas that obviously the machines cannot reach. Um, Obviously, you pay the people less, all right, compared to if the soil is outside the block work and they happen to bring everything in. it would take them a very long time, especially on my site. The vast amount of soil that we had to bring in, it was over 30 trips of soil, filling laterite, whatever you want to call it, that we had to bring in. So if I'm paying each person, let's say 400 cities, um, per trip, and there are 10, 15 people, and this is going to take several days for people to do, I mean, I can't even imagine how much money I would have spent. But bringing in um, the front end loader to load all the soil and dump it inside the site cuts the cost drastically for me. All right, so whenever it's your turn to build a home, just consider doing, or at least asking around for the pricing to see what the difference is. All right, so it took a little bit of help from other people, and also just asking all the right questions to be able to come to that conclusion that using the machine and the manpower, what was going to obviously be the best or more economical route to take. All right. So if you're ever in that boat, just consider taking those two options to see, how much it would cost for you. The advantage that I had is these machines, um, they work close by, and so it was a lot easier to get them compared to having to go to town to rent the equipment out to come do the job. These guys were already working, so this was just a little extra money for them in some way, I guess. The laterite filling too, I was definitely blessed going through that process because the estimate of bringing one truck or one trip of laterite to your site or filling to your site is very expensive, very, very expensive. So if I had to um, pay the normal cost to bring all of this soil to my site, yeah, I don't know if I would have even got to where I am today, all right, with the project. But thank God the wherever they get the soil is pretty much close to me, all right? It's right within the area, so they didn't have to go too far to get all that soil for me. So that was a blessing, and I'm definitely grateful for that. All right. So as you can see, the guys are out there working in coordination with the machines. Now there are downsides, um, pros and cons to everything that you do. So pros obviously is the work gets done faster using the machine. He scoops, dumps. So the little that people have to do, um, eh, you know, kind of covers the remaining of the work. And so everything moves a whole lot faster than if I had to depend on just people using wheelbarrows to move all of that 33 trips or 35 trips of soil, into my building. So that was a pro right there for using the machine. Okay. Um, Another pro is obviously the money saving aspect of it. All right, you cut down your cost and save some money, or perhaps be able to complete your building projects because I did not even expect to have this amount of soil for filling because my estimate was done wrong. All right, that's the honest truth. My estimate was done wrong. They did a lot of things right, but when it comes to the filling, um, the estimate they gave me was not on point. Okay, so the only saving grace I had in that was that I had to pay um, a very lower price compared to what was estimated to me to get that soil. So it, in a way, it balanced out, and the extra that I had to pay for that wasn't too high. So I was definitely grateful for that. Now cons that you can have is only one con, honestly, that you can have using the heavy set equipment. They can break your walls. All right, and I learned that the hard way. So there are some of the bricks that got damaged because the first on the first day when the equipment came in to do the work, the guy, no one was really paying much attention to him. They were watching him, but not closely enough, and he was pushing the soil against the brick walls. All right, so he ended up damaging some of the walls, and we had to fix that up. All right, so that's one thing that you gotta watch. Obviously, on the next day, I mean, we did many trips, and all the sand trips didn't come at once. So on the second and third days, we were watching him like a hawk. All right, everybody was standing there, keeping an eye on him to make sure that he didn't damage anything else. All right, so that was a lesson learned from there, and I hope it was helpful to you guys as well. If you ever decide to use a heavy set equipment, make sure that you're watching them very closely and that somebody's there to guide them in order to not have any damages. All right, so that's pretty much it. Right from here, we are going to go into compacting, and then from there, concrete casting again. All right, so I hope this video was helpful for you all, and that there's many tips that you've been able to take from that to help you with your own project. And if you are in the Ghana area and you're looking to build your own home but need help with the whole construction process, somebody to supervise, somebody to report back to you on what's going on site, somebody to review your bill of quantities, all these things, you can contact me, and I'll be happy to help you with that. Okay, so I thank you all for joining me once again,